Yo, what's going on, everybody? Andy here. Let me adjust something real quick on the camera. There we go. And today is Friday, April 1st. I don't really have a good April Fool's Day joke planned for y'all, but what this video is we're going to talk race gear. We're going to look at some race predictions, and we're going to look at the course a little bit for the Go St. Louis Half Marathon, which is this Sunday, April 3rd. So let's start with the gear. It's kind of routine by now. We'll start with the shoes. Nike Vaporfly Next Percent, the original. This will be my last race in these shoes. We're getting up there in the high like 10, so approaching 100 miles in these shoes, and that's kind of where I want to take them for a race. They will eventually move over into the training rotation. Okay, the shorts, I still don't know. I haven't been able to find what these shorts are, but they're Nikes. They are 4-inch split running shorts, really tight mesh inside of the shorts. We're going back to the singlet. This is the Nike Aeroswift singlet. I've really enjoyed it in all the races I've run in it so far. The socks, these are the Xperia structured running socks. Not the most popular running brand, but I really like them. They've never given me any blister issues. They've never given me any like arch issues. Any of that sort of stuff. Been really good. Now, the weather. Let's grab the phone real quick and look at the weather. So, the weather for St. Louis, Missouri. If we're looking at the daily here, you can see that on Sunday, Saturday night, it's supposed to be a low of 35, and the race starts at 7 a.m. on Sunday, so it's going to be in the upper 30s. If we go to the hourly, we're not quite, oh, we are out there. So you can see here it says 7 a.m. 36 degrees, and then by 8, 40. So a little bit on the chilly side is what we're looking at. So I'm going to run with the arm sleeves again for just that little bit of extra warmth that we need in those cooler temperatures. The shorts, like we've talked about before, don't have any pockets. So we're going to use the flip belt to hold the nutrition. We're going with Morton gels. We're going to do a calf about 15 minutes before race starts, and then we're just going to do 2 gels during the race. Probably both of them, the normal Morton. This real quick story, I forgot to bring any of these from Chicago down to St. Louis. So I placed like an emergency order with the feed. This is not sponsored. When a company does good, I want to give them credit for doing good. Anyway, I placed an emergency order to have them shipped here to my in-laws' house. And yesterday, 2 days ago, got notification that they had been delivered. Couldn't find them anywhere. Not at our house, not at the neighbor's house, not at the neighbor across the street's house. Couldn't find them. I called up the feed. I got their customer service department immediately, talked to a real person, told them what happened, and they said, look, give it one more day, see if it shows up just the next morning, like maybe UPS reported it wrong, whatever. Give it one more day, and if it doesn't show up, call us back. We will give you a replacement order, overnight express shipping, no extra cost to you. We'll make sure that you get the product that you ordered in time for your race. And so that was just phenomenal customer support. I love it when companies nowadays still have support like that. They deserve good kudos. So the feed, good on you. I recommend anyone go out there and order from the feed if you need to. Long story short though, the UPS guy actually missed by, I don't know, about 3 houses. So my father-in-law was driving out to work, saw a box leaning up against a porch down the street, just kind of took a chance, went up to the house and said, hey, you know, can I look at this box because we're missing a package? Sure enough, it was our package. So UPS missed the house by quite a ways. Anyway, so gels got here. Great. Let's finish with the kit, going with the Gooder glasses because it is supposed to be sunny. These are, again, the green shaded ones. We've used these now for the Austin Marathon and the Shamrock Shuffle. And finally, the Nike Tailwind racing hat. This we'll have to see because it might be kind of windy. I might just go with the headband instead of the full hat, but if we go with the hat, it's going to be this one. Okay, so that was the gear. I guess kind of let's now look at some race predictors. We're going to look at 3 of them. We're going to look at Runner's World. We're gonna look at the Jack Daniel VDOT table, and then we're gonna look at what the old Garmin says on the watch. So let's start with the Runner's World. So we'll go to Google. If you wanna look up this yourself, here's how you do it. Go to Google, you search Runner's World race time predictor, and then that'll take you to the Runner's World website. It's not behind a paywall, it's open for use. You scroll down, there's an explanation on how it works. We don't have to get into those technical details, but when you keep scrolling down, what it wants is it wants your goal race. So we're gonna put in half marathon. It wants a recent race, we'll put in marathon. A recent time, we're gonna use the Austin time, 3 hours, 14 minutes, and 11 seconds. I'm gonna use a second race, which is the most recent 5K. So 5K in 19 minutes and 3 seconds. And then it's gonna ask you how much you're running per week. Now here, what I chose to do is I'm gonna use the average mileage per week between Austin and today, which was 50. We press calculate, and then once we press that, we get our predicted time, which is 1:27:38. So that's one prediction we have, 1:27:38. Let's go to the second prediction, which is the Jack Daniels VDOT table, this endurance events website. I'm pretty sure this is the accurate table from Jack Daniels. I don't have a copy of the book, so this is what I use, and I'm pretty sure it's accurate. The way you use this table is you need a VDOT or a VO2 max estimate. Obviously, the best way to get that is to get it in a lab, but a lot of fitness products have gotten pretty good at estimating it on your own device. So I'm gonna use the Garmin Forerunner 945 estimate, which is 57. And then we scroll down in the table until we find the 57 VDOT. And then once we've found that, we just follow the line over. And what it is giving us is 1:21:43 as the predicted race time. 1:21:43. Okay, finally, let's move on to the last one, which is the Garmin on the watch predictor. And like I said, I use the 945. I've been using it for quite a while. And so you just scroll down one screen to the estimated VO2 max page. Like I said, it's 57. You click into that table, you scroll down one more, and you get its predicted race time, which is 1:27:27. So 1:27:27. So those are the three predicted race paces using 3 different methods. I'll toss them back up on the screen here. Frankly, they all seem way too fast. Maybe I should just be aiming higher. I don't really know, but they seem pretty quick. It's like basically 640 per mile. We'll come back to that in just a second. But before we do that, let's go take a look at the course map. So here's the course map for the St. Louis Go Half Marathon. It starts out in Forest Park, makes its way west down to Clayton, turns north a little bit in downtown Clayton, hops on Del Mar, and works its way back down to St. Louis, down close to the Arch. It's not actually finishing on the Arch grounds, but you run through downtown a little bit and then finish just north of the Arch grounds. It's a point-to-point race, which means there's going to be some logistics that we have to work out when it comes to like bag check and the spectators and all that sort of stuff. But, I think it should be really scenic and quite a fun course. Let's scroll up to the elevation profile. So it's tough, right? Running in St. Louis is a tough thing. There are a lot of hills. So there's a really big incline from like just after the start of the race all the way through mile 2. It's about 150 feet incline over a course of about 1.25 miles. And then when you're in downtown Clayton, there's some variability. The streets, it's very steep hills. So at the top of that, you're gonna have the up and down. And then coming out of it, you have the down section of getting back towards Forest Park, and then you kind of have rolling hills, steep rolling hills, but rolling hills nonetheless, all the way back to downtown St. Louis. Okay, so we've covered the gear, we've covered race predictions, we've looked at the course map, we've looked at the elevation profile. I guess kind of what's the final thoughts as far as what we're gonna do? Well, so I am in the A corral, thankfully. I called them, I was originally in the B corral, had them move me up. It looks like that hasn't been a problem, and it looks like I already got reassigned, so I don't have to worry about that at the expo. The expo's today. We're going to go pick up our packets. Tomorrow we have a quick little shakedown run. The wife's running the 5K, and then it's kind of go time. So I'm just going to go line up with the hour and 30-minute pace group, which is the fastest half marathon pace group this weekend, and just kind of go with them. See if I can hold on to that time for the whole half marathon. If I was in like peak fitness, like I was heading into Austin, I'm very confident that we would be able to get to 1:30. I've already explained a few different reasons, a few different things since Austin to today as to why I'm not entirely sure that we'll be able to get there. But we're going to give it a really good go and just kind of see where the cards may lie. As far as things that I'm worried about, I'm a little worried about my knee, my right knee. It's felt pretty good for basically the last week. Really not any concerns, but it's tough to kind of get that out of your head, right? There was some right knee tightness a couple weeks ago in training. Been using KT tape. I will tape it up again on race day. Better safe than sorry. But, yeah, there was some tightness in the relatively recent past, and if it tightens up again, like, that's going to obviously put a big dent into the race plans. Other than that, feel pretty good. I think the fitness is there, like the cardio fitness. I think the leg strength is there. I think the turnover is there. It's really just about putting it all together on race. And I think I've mentioned this before, but I've never raced a half marathon. Historically, I'd only ever run some 5Ks. I was signed up for some half marathons at the beginning of the pandemic. Those all got canceled, so I went straight to the marathon. So this is a brand new experience for me. And because of that, like, there's some nerves, there's some being kind of unsure of what this type of race is going to hold, but I'm looking forward to it, and thank you so much for following me along on the journey. The video plan is I'm hoping to do kind of like for Austin, a taper week recap, and then do like an actual race video. And we'll bring you stuff from the expo and whatnot. Anyway, that's all I've got. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I don't even know how long this has been, but thanks for listening to me ramble. I look forward to seeing you out on the course.